Yo, YouTube, welcome back to another video. This dude soaked a brisket in wine for what he said, 9 months or for months. If you hear noises in the background, bro, that's my son. He would come in here right when I'm doing a video.
Big brisket. Now this is a special one, as it is a wagyu brisket. When you look at the exterior, you won't be able to tell. However, when you're gonna cook a brisket, the first thing you gotta do is to trim it. The first thing I like to do is to remove some of the fat, and most importantly,
Can
give
you
it a
eat a
nice
steak?
shape. And don't worry, none of the trimmings are gonna go to waste.
Hold on.
But when I flip
I see people like they be eating steak from like years ago, or for like how is that even healthy? That's crazy.
it upside down, now you can really tell that this is a special brisket, especially because of its marbling. Now you're probably asking, why
That
would
steak
you
was
soak
probably
this brisket in
$200.
wine? Well, it's pretty simple. I've done an experiment with steaks, and it turned out phenomenal. I really enjoyed the flavor. It was out of this world. Since brisket is a tough piece of meat to cook, I'm hoping that the
Wait, did I say steak or brisket? Did I say did I say steak or brisket? I meant to say, can you eat? I mean, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
wine is gonna make it extra good. But as you can clearly see, once I was done, this brisket is now ready for this experiment. And for that, we're gonna need wine, a generous amount of it. Now people have been cooking with wine for many years. First, we need a nice large container. Then we're gonna need a lot of wine. So I went ahead and started with one bottle. That didn't even make a dent, so we had to get a lot more. But once I got it filled up, I slowly lowered down the brisket into the wine, making sure to get full coverage. That is the key here. So now that I knew that everything was ready, into my refrigerator it goes. Now the important thing here is that every single day I'll be flipping this brisket. That's because I want to make sure that the wine is really doing its job. And it will remain here for a whole month.
For a month, I don't got patience. I would have been cooked that month. I ain't got patience for that.
Once the time was up, I took it out and look. You can clearly see that the wine is no longer wine, and a lot of the meat juices got out. And as soon as I lifted the brisket, oh boy, this thing has completely changed. I mean, it's really expected to change color, but you can clearly see that the wine really did its thing. And as soon as I laid it down on the cooling rack, you can have a better view. This thing looks gnarly. And I'll tell you one thing, friends, the smell that is coming out of this thing is wonderful, especially if you love the smell of wine. And I have a
Wonderful,
feeling
my
that it penetrated
ass.
deeply in there. So my next step was to pat it dry. As of right now, I really had high hopes, and I think this is going to turn out fantastic. Once that was done, I went ahead and transferred it to a cutting board. Now, at least to me, it looks like zombie meat. This thing is insane. However, it smells like blueberry candy. It is really, really wonderful. But now that we got this brisket ready, the next thing to do is to go ahead and get it seasoned. For that, I kept it real simple, with a generous amount of salt and black pepper. Notice that I'm using coarse pepper. This will give a nice bark to the brisket. And obviously, always season both sides. Because once that was done, I wasn't finished. I'm gonna allow the wine to dry even more, so that we can get a wonderful crust. So into the cooling rack it goes, and back to the refrigerator for an additional week. Once the time was up, take a look. This is what I expected. We got a nice little crust. The salt is completely gone since it penetrated deeply in there, and it is now ready for the smoker. And for today's video, I'm going to be cooking it in the offset. It produces an incredible flavor, and if you love barbecue, you can definitely tell the differences between this and a pellet cooker. The only big problem on cooking it here is that you really gotta control the fire, feeding it as many times as necessary for the entire cook. And this is gonna take a while. And as that was happening, it was perfect because it allowed me time to go ahead and make an awesome side dish. And this one is about to make everyone happy. And the best part is that it is super simple and easy to make. The first thing we need is some ribs. These are St. Louis ribs.
Wait, what the fuck? Is he cooking ribs or brisket?
Unlike
Nah,
the
don't
traditional
play-
way
I
of
don't play
cooking it,
about-
I'll be using it
I don't play about my ribs, dog. Ribs is like one of my best dishes, bro.
as a vessel. So I'm gonna go
Better not
ahead
mess
and
those
trim a little
ribs
bit
up,
of the
bro.
edges, as I need to make sure the whole thing can fold into itself. Once that was done, I went ahead and seasoned it with my barbecue rub. Next, to make things easier and smoother, I went ahead and cut up a little bit of the edges. That way everything will fold nice and easy. Because take a look. All we have to do now is to tie it to hold everything together. Since this is now ready, I went ahead and transferred it to a cooling rack, and into a 275-degree smoker it goes. And as that was going, I went ahead and made a wonderful mac and cheese. You first want to add a generous amount of butter. Once it's fully melted, you want to go ahead and throw in some all-purpose flour and cook that up for a little bit. Once you have done so, you want to go ahead and add heavy cream. We're making this thing extra creamy. As you whisk, it will start thickening up on you. Then you want to add your favorite types of cheese. For this one, I'll be using cheddar and smoked Gouda, which I think makes a perfect combination for it. Only thing left to do is to mix it and make sure everything is fully melted. As in the end, take a look. We are left with the perfect sauce. As now you want to go ahead and cook your pasta. For that, you just want to follow the instructions in the package. You want to go ahead and combine both together, mix everything well, because if you time everything right, by now your ribs should be fully cooked. As now you want to go ahead and add a generous amount of barbecue sauce. Make sure to be generous with it though, as this will be a perfect combination. Lunch at Chipotle or grabbing dessert at Dairy Queen. Click the link on the description to download Upside and use code GUGA10 to get an extra $10 cash back on your first restaurant or grocery purchase. Or scan the QR code here to claim this offer. Thanks Upside for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get right back to it. All right, everybody, and here we have our beautiful...
Make 2025 the year you make your brand happen.
Beautiful feast, gentlemen. What do you guys think, huh?
Guga, I'm hungry and it smells amazing in here.
Yeah, so we have a little experiment
Man,
going on.
about
As you
eating
can
that
see, I have
brisket,
some
dog.
nice, beautiful brisket over here. This
I might turn into Thanos if I eat that brisket.
is a very special brisket. It took me a long time to make it, and most importantly, it is a wagyu brisket. It's quite expensive, okay? I want your honest opinion. This is what we're judging. But first, before we try this, I want you guys to tell me about this. Can you tell what this is?
I see ribs sticking out.
That's right, it is ribs, so I'm gonna go ahead and slice this open. Check it out. This is to compensate for no control brisket, yeah?
Wow, okay.
So the idea here is you wanna grab a piece of both to have the same.
Come on, man. Like, come on, bro. I hate when people use forks and knives for shit like that, bro. Man, if you don't use your fucking hand, bro. Man, come on.
Same time to see the
come on.
combination between.
Okay.
So the idea here.
Look at this. Like, man, what?
Here is you want to grab a piece of both at the same time to see the combination
shrimp.
between them both, you know? I have a feeling it's going to be phenomenal. Come on, mac and cheese and ribs together. Is there any way that that's not going to be amazing?
This can't be bad.
All right, let's give it a try. Give me your honest opinion. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh,
Mmm.
that is the most incredible combination. Seriously, it's in a whole nother level, everybody. When you combine ribs and mac and cheese together, wow, almost brings tears to my eyes.
This is like butter on popcorn. I'm actually
It brought tears to my eyes when you ate it like that, using a fork and a knife, bro. Come on, bro.
so surprised at how good this is together.
This is delicious. That barbecue sauce caramelized beautifully on the exterior of the ribs. They're very nice and juicy on the inside too, but not like...
If they bite into that brisket and be like, that's good, cow.
too tender where they're just falling off the bone. And it's really nice to get a little bit of sweetness with that savory, creamy mac and cheese. Damn.
It is phenomenal. It's one of the reasons why when we make barbecue, we always have mac and cheese there. It's just like, highly recommend giving it a try. Give it a go. You're not going to regret it. But now we're going to go for this brisket. Now here's the deal with this brisket. You went through a big process. Smell it and let me know what you guys think. Let's see.
What did you do, bro? This does not smell like a normal brisket.
No, not at all.
It smells a little bit smoky, but there's something here.
Well, let's give it a try. Give me your honest opinion on this one. And I really want to know. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Oh. No, it's alright. It's okay.
This is gonna sound strange, but it reminds me of like a pie.
A pie.
Yeah, you remember we went to Montana and they made like I think it was like a huckleberry pie. I'm eating a wagyu brisket and getting blueberry pie flavor. Tell me that's not weird.
I mean, I wouldn't say that it's weird. No, yeah, I would say that's weird. Huckleberry pie is weird. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting like a bread, like some sort of bread type of flavor. In
Yeah,
there.
100%.
Weird, but it's good.
It tastes very unique, everybody. And since this is a wagyu brisket, it brings down the fattiness from the wagyu brisket.
Yeah.
It's in the fat. You can feel it in and that like when the fat is melting in your mouth, you can feel that's a weird flavor there. Like,
Is it weird in a good way or in a bad way? Would you recommend this or not? What are you guys thinking?
I actually think it's a good kind of weird.
It's a good kind of weird. Okay.
Yeah, because with brisket, and especially a Wagyu brisket, it can be a little bit overpowering with how fatty and rich and savory it is. But this flavor that you added to it mixes it up a little bit. It takes away a little bit of the savoriness, so it's not as overpowering, and you can kind of like enjoy the actual flavor of the smoke, the brisket, the meat more.
I like it. I'm with you. You don't like it, you like it.
I can eat this. This is okay. I would give it like a 7 or 8.
Oh, 7, 8. Okay, out of 10. That's okay.
I say it's weird, but I keep going back for more and more. Like it's unique, and it makes me want to keep eating it. It's good.
By the way, I dry aged this one in wine.
Oh, it's good.
It's good.
not bad at all. It's
I think this guy was scared for his life on what I actually put it in there. But now that you know it's wine, it's not that bad.
I don't get any wine flavor.
I guess it's like a fermented flavor. That's why
Yes,
I
the
kept
fermentation
thinking
of the
bread.
wine came through, and also I understand you're getting like a pie kind of feel. It's all the yeast and everything going on in there. It gives a wonderful
If your brisket tastes like pie,
flavor to the brisket. I have a feeling that if you enjoy wine, bread, and that fermented flavor, you will enjoy this brisket because it brings an additional type of flavor on the meat that is enjoyable, at least to me. I don't know.
Chad, would y'all eat a brisket that's soaked in wine for a month? And also, would y'all eat those dry aged steaks that people leave in a somewhere for like a year, and it comes back? Shit sounds just like that, and they cut it and they eat it. Alright, bro. Let's end this video though, man. Make sure you hit that like button. And sub to your boy. Run it up.